Welcome to Top Witch, the cooking show where nothing is edible, the measurements are questionable, and instead of making dinner, we're making a spell. Today's challenge is one 7-day commissioned ritual, and the budget is $50. I charge $50 for a 7-day working, so we're gonna break it down to the penny and see what it actually costs for me to cast a 7-day uncrossing. Aprons on, witches, let's cook. For this particular ritual, I used 4 grams of hyssop, which cost me around 16 cents, 2 grams of my healing mixture, which is around 7 cents, 2 grams of nettles, which is another 7 cents, 1 gram of bay leaves, which is 23 cents, a quarter of a camphor tablet, which is roughly 6 cents, 1 charcoal disc, which is 16 cents. I used a 4-gram resin mix of frankincense, 8 cents, copal, 11 cents, and myrrh, 9 cents, and an eighth of a bluing tablet, which is 13 cents. And because we're being painfully specific, I looked up the cost of municipal water in my area, and 2 cups of tap water cost me about 5/100ths of a cent. Allergy medicine not included. Resin always makes me sneeze, probably because I'm the pest in this office. Also not included, my spell oils field guide, which has all of the prayers that I need for this ritual conveniently in one place. It's almost like the author knew exactly what I would need. I also put 3 squirts of my reversal and uncrossing oil, which works out to be about 30 cents. Honestly, the most offensive part of this entire breakdown is the fact that the Goya candle is $4. That's because the Goya candles are the bougie candles. That's why it has the flowers on the side. Back in my day, you used to be able to get 7-day candles at the grocery store for $1 a piece. I also used about 2 grams of angelica root, which works out to be about 20 cents. I also like to cleanse my uncrossing candles with ammonia when I'm done, so I used 2 squirts of Publix glass cleaner, which comes out to be about 6/10 of a cent, and 1 Aldi paper towel set me back a whole penny. And with that, the grand total for physical materials in this ritual comes out to approximately $5.69. But wait, there's more, because the $5.69 only gets us the ingredients. This is a 7-day working, which means now we have to account for the most expensive ingredient in this recipe, which is me, baby! So I pray over my commissioned candles every day for about 5 minutes a day. So over 7 days, that's about 35 minutes. At my usual $50 an hour rate, that's about $29.17 of my time. I also spend another 10 to 20 minutes communicating with my client, sending updates, spiritual bath recipes, and instructions for their part of the work. So altogether, that's about 45 to 55 minutes of labor, and that comes out to about $37.50 to $45.83-ish. So let's add everything up. Between materials, processing and taxes, and labor, you're looking at around $48 to $56 in costs for this $50 ritual. And you know, this is not me martyring myself like, look at how affordable I am. I undercharge for my spell work. My pricing works for me, and my prices fluctuate depending on the work, the economy, and how full my books are, but I really just wanted to show how much of professional spell work you don't see. The candles, the herbs, the pretty altar pictures are the visible part. What you're really paying for is everything behind the scenes. And you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't even factor in the offering that I'm gonna have to give Archangel Michael for this uncrossing. So hopefully you guys like this video, hopefully you learned something, and I'll catch you next time.